Hello everyone and welcome back guys to round 16 of the AOR F1 2019 Xbox One F3 League, where today we're here back at Suzuka, Japan. Yes, one of the most iconic tracks on the Formula 1 calendar here for today's race. And just a bit of a quick channel update before we jump into this one. Content is going to be a little bit light, as you would have probably gathered this week. I've got the Auto Sport event this weekend, Le Mans Esports, which obviously I've been putting a bit more time into. So hopefully after Saturday, there should be a bit more content, you know, starting next week, everything like that. I've also had a bit of a crazy week at work as well, hence why there haven't been many videos. I'm going to try and get this one out, and then hopefully a real-life Formula 1 based video out at the end of the week as well. But yeah, hopefully kicking off from next week again, more content is going to resume on the channel. But yeah, coming into round 16 though, obviously we've had the Christmas break now, hence why there's been no AOR content over the last couple of weeks. And at the moment, yeah, 5 rounds to go, 31 points back from Humperdinck. It's looking interesting at the moment, I'll be honest with you. We're not out of it just yet, but we're also not in the best position we could be as well, you know, just through, you know, not being able to make a couple of races. Spain, obviously, where my Xbox let me down, everything like that, but we're still trying to hang on in there as best as possible here, as we're on board with our fastest lap so far here at Suzuka. See, basically a second up on my previous best there. We're pretty much even with Humperdinck as we head down in towards Sector 3 here. Through the final couple of corners we go. Try and get the power down nice and tidily here at the final corner. But no, we get a huge wobble. And we've ripped the wheel off the car there. And that was absolutely heartbreaking. Not only the fact did we choke what was probably going to be a very low 128 there. It might have even been a high 27 had we got the run out of the final corner. It also means my 19-0 streak against Jamie in qualifying has also been ruined there, and it's now, what, I think 13-1, 14-1 in qualifying. So yeah, that was not quite the way we needed to start the weekend. We're going to be starting the Grand Prix 6th after all of that, and yeah, not really what we needed. That Humperdinck, though, 27.7, 8 tenths clear on the pole position there. It was, you know, a pretty mega lap by him. We definitely could have got ourselves in P2 there quite comfortably behind him and potentially opened up a bit of a chance in towards turn 1 there. But yeah, not quite qualifying that we needed. We've got a long uphill race ahead of us then. 27 laps here around Suzuka, starting in, you know, in the lower half of the field there. I think that's genuinely my worst actual qualifying performance. Obviously Germany, we got that 5-place grid drop for some reason, which kind of screwed us as well there. But yeah, starting P6 then, ready for the Japanese Grand Prix. Not really what we needed here, and yeah, we're going to have to make a lot of progress in the early stages of this race here. But you know me, I don't give up just yet. There is still 4 more rounds after this as well in the championship. But yeah, the 5 lights are coming on then for the Japanese Grand Prix, and it is lights out and away we go there again. And actually quite a good little start this time around. Very, very rare on F1 2019. Straight past Riley as we head down in towards turn 1 there. Jamie on the outside through turn 1. We're going to go for a little bit of a sniff up the inside of him. He actually just runs himself wide of turn 1 there, drops back a couple of places, and yeah, we're now straight up into P4 of the Grand Prix off the start there. So we've definitely, you know, one of our better starts on F1 2019, making up a couple of places off the getaway there. And you can see coming through the S section for the first time, the Humperdinck already trying to make the breakaway in this race here. And obviously slipstream isn't that important around this circuit. There's only one DRS zone around this track. Obviously DRS quite powerful on F1 2019, so we have got to be a bit careful for that. But you know, it's not the most powerful track. You know, it's not the most desperate track to try and make a breakaway, but obviously it's always ideal, you know, with the ERS harvesting and just sitting behind the car in front of you and everything like that. But you can see as we head out through the hairpin there down in towards Spoon, Constant Ryan still up in P2, Stewie just in front of us as well in P3. Obviously we've still got to watch out for him in the championship, although I think mathematically now it might still Stewie just be within a shot, but I think mathematically it's pretty much now just Humperdinck and myself here as we head down in towards Sector 3 on the end of lap 1 here, gaining on Stewie quite a bit actually as we head through 130R there. He's going to go defensive, we're going to go to the outside there, but he's going to move across us in towards the braking zone, and that got very, very close. He's going to completely slice the final corner as well then. Not too sure how we got away with that one without a warning or a penalty there. But as we head now on to a lap 2, you can see Humperdinck still leads the way. Constant Ryan in second, Stewie third, myself fourth, Riley up in P5 there, I think ahead of Jamie, Ben and Iron Weasel there, with Kez rounding out the top 10 at the end of lap 1 there. We can see as we head on to lap 2, just a little bit of lag, I think, coming from Humperdinck up the road there. And you can see as we head down in towards Spoon, Stewie clips the grass on the way in there, but Humperdinck's going to completely drop the car there. Constant Ryan is going to go into the wall trying to take evasive action and completely take himself out of the Grand Prix as well. There's not really much he could have done, but in all of that, we somehow take the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix there. Really wasn't expecting that one at this early stage of the race there. And yeah, that's been quite a dramatic start to this Grand Prix in the end. So we've gone from 6th to 1st inside the opening 2 laps here, and now we just need to try and get our head down and keep going as best as possible. Then Jamie's up into P2, Riley is up into P3 as well there, so hopefully, you know, Jamie can do a bit of defensive work as well. You know, we are still in the fight as well for the Constructors' Championship. We're tied on points with Ferrari as we headed into this round there, but Schweiz has actually left the league, so it is now a 2v1 in terms of the Constructors' battle as well here. And yeah, so hopefully at the moment, you know, we can try and build up a little bit of a margin in that title. So, you know, if the Drivers' Championship goes a bit sour for us, at least we've still got that to play for, as well as over the next couple of laps. So you can see Humperdinck would slowly but surely slip his way back up inside to the top 3 there, and trying to get our car slowed into the pit lane. And we just speed in 53 miles an hour there into the pit lane. And yeah, just where I haven't done that in, you know, 3 weeks there, just really, it wasn't that I forgot, but you just don't quite have your eye in everything like that, and that was a frustrating small mistake to make in this race there. As we head out now onto a set of the medium compound tyres, though it's not all over just yet. I'm sure we can still try and get a good result out of this Grand Prix. You know, we just need to try and build up a little bit of margin there. And yeah, like I said, Humperdinck was about 5 seconds back at the moment there. He's actually going to come out behind a little bit of traffic there. Riley, Stewie, and I think it's Jeezer now in the race just behind him there, as we're back out now in P3 there. Weasel and Jamie both not making their first pit stops of the day just yet as we head through the S's once again here, but already struggling a little bit with, you know, the extra fuel, the ARS, everything like that. And obviously you sort of forget just how much of Suzuka until you do a league race, just how much of this track is really just sort of high end. You know, there's a lot of downforce required, there's a lot of top speed. You know, it's an old school circuit at the end of the day. There aren't really that many very particularly slow points on this track. You know, really got this corner and the Casio Triangle at the end of the lap that are really the only particularly major slow points around this circuit there. But on to the end of lap 11 though, you can see Jamie's dived into the pits and he has come back out in net P2 of the Grand Prix there. We set the fastest lap of the race as well. They're on a 1:31.5 there, but Iron Weasel staying out just that little bit longer at this stage of the day there. Jamie still just behind us, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to defend from Humperdinck for very long here. And you can see now over the next couple of laps though, we would just be, you know, trying to keep our head down, keeping the pace up, everything like that. You know, we were really pushing, but already, like you can tell, struggling with the ERS, struggling with the rich revs. We just don't have any spare fuel. We don't have any spare ERS. And over the next few laps, Humperdinck, you know, he's clearly got some pace on this game. He's clearly putting the hours in over the Christmas break, everything like that, and was just taking time out of the everywhere at the moment. You know, his time trial PB was, you know, like 3/10 off the AOR Tier 1. You know, he's clearly been putting the effort in and everything like that, but obviously there was just no way I was going to be able to defend from that for all too long in this racing. See, the gap was just coming down by, you know, half a second towards a second on some occasions there, and you can see 5 laps to go, it's down to just 1.5 seconds between the pair of us here. We're trying to hang on, we're trying to hold on as best as possible here, but obviously we've got to remember as well that 5-second penalty. Although, you know, we would try not to think about it too much. You know, if we could try and take the race victory on, you know, just before penalties, everything like that, I would certainly be very happy with that one there. As you can see down in towards turn 1 though, Humperdinck getting very close now with 3 laps to go of this race there. And now as we start lap 26, the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix here, you can see Humperdinck is all over the back of us, and we don't have the ERS or the revs to defend with there. We're going to whack it into overtake. We're going to use rich revs despite not having the fuel there. But Humperdinck round the outside, we can't even defend from him as we head down in towards T1. There a little bit of contact actually between the pair of us there through the first corner there, and you can see we're just going to try and apply the pressure. You know, maybe if we could force a mistake out of him like we saw in the early stages of the race. You know, the curbs around this track are very aggressive on F1 2019, you know, like they are in real life, if I'm not mistaken here. Humperdinck, a little bit of lag going on as we head out towards the top of the S section there, but you can see, yeah, just really, you know, just trying to stick with him to see if we can force the error. Like I said, he was a little bit slow through the Degners there. Maybe we could open up a bit of a run down towards turn 1 on the final lap of the Grand Prix, but we're still trying to save the fuel, save the ERS, everything like that, as well as we head out of the hairpin here. You can see now down in towards Spoon. Are we going to be able to get close enough? Obviously, he's just gaining that little bit. He's got that little bit of extra revs, a little bit of extra ERS, everything like that. And yeah, unfortunately, it was looking at the moment like there wasn't going to be much we could really do there. As we head through Spoon, you can see he's much more careful on that inside curb there. I don't know if he actually dropped it on the outside or the inside. In all honesty, I'm not too sure what he did. But yeah, we're still trying to burn the fuel that we don't really have in the tank. You know, just trying to go for absolutely anything we can as we head down in towards the final braking zone of the lap. They're very late on the brakes, so we actually pinched the front inside wheel there. No idea how we didn't even get a warning for that through the final couple of corners there. But yeah, using the DRS though, and the overtake mode, but we just, again, we don't have the ERS. We don't really have the fuel to go for anything there as we head down in towards turn 1, and we can't even get close enough to really go for anything there through the first couple of corners there. He's once again a little bit slow through turn 1 here, but yeah, just nothing we can really do in terms of attacking here. And unless we can get close enough through on, you know, on the exit of Spoon to go for anything down in towards the Casio triangle on the final lap here, you know, we'll have to wait and see about that as we head through the exit of Dunlop there. And you can see, yeah, making another mistake on the exit of the corner there. And luckily for me, we had an Alfa Romeo now, a lap down ghosting through us as we head down in through Sector 2 here. So that, you know, this is not at all off-putting as we head through the Degners there. And you can see down in towards the hairpin, you know, trying to get nice and tidy on the brakes there, pinching the front inside wheel. Another nice Alfa Romeo, completely blocking our view of the exit of the corner there. And yeah, that's not really helpful. You know, it could have been useful for some DRS a couple of laps ago, perhaps, you know, to defend with there. But yeah, it's really not going to do us much favours in the latter stages of this Grand Prix as we head through the final couple of corners then of Sector 2 here. You can see, you know, Humperdinck, he's just got that pace advantage over us at the moment. You know, we're not going to quit just yet. You know, we're still going to try and drag this out, you know, this slugfest as long as possible in towards the final few rounds of the season here. But unless something goes catastrophically wrong for him, we are really just, well, I wouldn't say out of it just yet, but as we head through the final couple of corners, Humperdinck's going to come through for the race victory there. Further extend his title margin to 38 points there with 4 rounds to go. And yeah, just not quite what we needed at the end of the day there. But, you know, really, I think P2 was all we were going to be able to get. So the fact that we were able to take that at the end of the day, nonetheless, that we can take, you know, quite happily there. Jamie did pick up P3 in the end with the fastest lap bonus point as well there. So we have extended our lead once again over Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship as well there. So I guess we can take that as a bit of a positive. And yeah, like I said, maybe, you know, if the title fight goes off in the final couple of rounds, you know, perhaps, you know, the Constructors' battle, obviously, we're still going to try and fight for that right to the very end of the championship nonetheless there. So hopefully we can try and take home that at the end of the day. But yeah, having a look then at the final race results there. Humperdinck basically unstoppable in that race. Nothing we can fight against the sweat at the end of the day there. We picked up 8 seconds worth of penalties, actually pretty much as much as everyone else combined at the end of the day there. But yeah, Jamie basically half a minute back. He did take that second pit stop to claim the fastest lap bonus point there ahead of Iron Weasel. Giza in P5, Kez in 6th there ahead of Stewie, Ben and Constant Ryan all not making it through to the end of the Grand Prix there, with Riley actually getting DSQ'd at the late stages of the race there. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. 4 rounds to go, 38 points. We're not quite out of it just yet, but it's looking slim at the moment there. We'll wait and see. Potentially something might go wrong, anything like that. You know, you've got to be in it to win it at the end of the day. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Do get yourself subscribed if you're new around here and you do want to see more F1 2019 content on the channel. But yeah, that'll do us for this one, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.